Hello there, Cope1 Knope here, welcome back to another video. A new teaser for Ahsoka Season 2 just dropped, and it's got some very exciting stuff, and it's coming a lot sooner than I thought as well. So I'm just going to be going through the new trailer and give my thoughts on it essentially. So we begin with a flashback with Anakin and Ahsoka. Anakin looks incredible. The technology with de-aging Hayden has definitely improved, and Ahsoka's costume looks great as well. They both begin to duel a lightsaber wielder, which people are assuming is a dark Jedi or a fallen Jedi. Maybe this Jedi is seeking the same thing that Baylan is currently seeking, and they also sport a new lightsaber design as well. I don't know if it's been featured in Legends at any point, but definitely seems a first for canon. I also love the cyan lightsaber colour. I think that's the colour I'd go for if I was a Jedi personally. And I just love the colour scheme between the three lightsabers in one of these shots. It's really cool. But it does look like, I don't know if it's just me, it does look like this has been filmed on the volume, which kind of takes me out of it a little bit. You also get a shot of Anakin as a Force ghost after this shot, and I just hope they're not trying to milk Anakin too much, and that all of this is important to Ahsoka's journey. It does feel a little repetitive to Ahsoka's arc in Season 1, but we've only seen a very small glimpse of this so far, and I do feel like it is a bit of nostalgia bait, but I mean, I'm definitely part of the target audience for this, so I'm not going to complain that much, because it definitely works for me. And if it's essential to the story, then no harm done really. Now moving on, we see a bit of Thrawn. He does look quite menacing in this. They seem to have improved his look, but it's hard to tell because of the lighting. Now I do hope that we see Thrawn get some victories here, because really he should have had a victory in Season 1 just to set the tone of his character, especially for new people being introduced to him, because you don't get quite the vibe of how much of a mastermind he really is when it comes to battle tactics and just reading people, and obviously his obsession with art. So I do hope we see more of that in this. Now my nitpick with Thrawn here, it was the same issue in Season 1, is that it doesn't feel like the same Thrawn as canon Thrawn, and very much feels more, I mean, I've only read Heir to the Empire and it's been a while, but he seems a lot more akin to Legends Thrawn, because he's all for the Empire. I mean, it could just be an act still, whilst canon Thrawn uses the Empire to his advantage in order to benefit his people, whilst from what I remember, Legends Thrawn is just all for the Empire, wanting to beat the rebels. I can't remember if he had an ulterior motive or anything, but I suppose Legends Thrawn does make for a better big bad villain for Star Wars. We see a bit of Dathomir, and it's exciting to see live action Night Sisters in action. And I am excited for the inclusion of Dathomir, but I just don't think it looks great. I suppose it is well known for its mist, but I do feel like the amount of mist being used in these shots is very clearly because of the budget. They've already got to spend so much budget on these big space battles and all the VFX that goes into them. It does look like there's still a bit of the volume being used, or unless my brain is just wired to like see every Disney Plus show as being filmed on the volume. I do wish it looked more akin to how it did in Jedi Fallen Order. I suppose it does look more like the Clone Wars, but again, I think it is just a little too much fog, but that's just a nitpick. I'm intrigued to see if there's anything major that goes on with Captain Enoch. I honestly feel like he was just in Season 1 to sell like action figures and Funko Pops. So he does have a cool looking helmet, and that's all there is to him for now. So I hope he plays a bit of a bigger role. I mean, he has a duel with Ezra Bridger, so I mean that's something at least. Speaking of Ezra, we get a nice reunion with Zeb, and get Team Pilot and A-Wing as well. And that shot accompanied with that music was just really sick. I thought the music accompanying this trailer just really hypes up this new season. Very excited to see more Ezra. I think he's perfectly casted. And I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like the contact lenses have become less like freaky to look at. You also get a glimpse of Shin and Baylan. Now it's made out in the trailer that Baylan's about to attack Shin. I think this is just a red herring. I think maybe Shin's warning Baylan about something behind him, and he ignites his lightsaber before he turns around or something. Maybe it's a big creature, who knows. I do hope Shin gets a good arc in this. I feel like last season she was just kind of there. She did some cool things, but character-wise, there wasn't really much there, I thought. She had a bit of a rivalry with Sabine, but it does feel like maybe Baylan's just using her for something. Like he might need two people to activate something, whatever he's looking for, this weapon, which seems to have connection to the Mortis gods, so it could supposedly stop all wars. So Baylan being consumed by the dark, imagine it's not going to be good. Could be something that wipes out a lot of life in order to preserve peace. So he probably thinks he's in the right doing something like that. There's been some interesting rumours that are kind of baffling. Yeah, I think we're just going to have to wait till one of the last few episodes to find out about that. Don't really get a lot of Sabine in this trailer, so what I can really say about it is she looks cool. Looks like there's been a bit of a time jump because the way her hair dye is faded and she's got new armor. Or she's at least had a new paint job. Just have a quick shot of Young about to duel Shin, repping 4 lightsabers. Which I'm pretty sure this is the first time we've seen a droid in a lightsaber duel. Obviously everyone's reminded of Grievous, but obviously him being a cyborg, he doesn't count. So I'm intrigued to see how this fight goes down. I imagine Young is going to win, but I'm sure it'll be entertaining nonetheless. So yeah, overall this definitely looks a lot larger in scale. It looks a bit more colourful as well. I think one of the main issues with last season, it looks very grey. It does feel like season 1 was a lot of setup, while season 2, this is where everything just kicks off. I'm just hoping that in between all the action there is a really good story, which I mean, with Dave Filoni writing, I imagine it's going to be decent at the very least. I think I'm more just fussed about the visuals, how much of the volume is actually being used this season, because when you look at a show like Andor, just everything looks real, whilst just from the opening shots of this trailer it does look like the volume's already there, and it just breaks the immersion for me, so I'm hoping it's not there too much. But for the most part, everything looks good. Space battle, I'm very intrigued to see how big they actually will be. I'm just hoping we get to see some Thrawn tactics. Supposedly gonna get Thrawn versus Akbar, which I am very excited to see. I'm excited to see whatever journey Ahsoka's on with Anakin. I'm hoping it's not too repetitive from last season, and I hope it leads into something that feels a bit more fulfilling for the character. Just hoping all the characters get the focus that they need, and I hope they don't sacrifice some of the story for the sake of just including more action, and I just hope it's visually improved overall. Just a quick note though, I have seen a lot of people asking like, where is Luke Skywalker? Which, to be fair, lore-wise is a very valid question. Surely if something like this big is kicking off, a potential return of the Empire, you'll think him, Leia and Han would be involved. Now, to be honest, I'd be quite happy without them being in it. I don't want them stealing the spotlight from Ahsoka and the rest of the cast. You know, we have Ezra back, so we've still got a Jedi involved in the battles, whilst Ahsoka and Sabine are on their own adventure. And I mean, we've got Hayden as Anakin, so you know, we don't really need too many legacy characters. Although a Luke and Anakin interaction would be cool to see, I feel like it would be a bit forced at this point. But yeah, very exciting things coming by the looks of it. I'm just keeping my fingers crossed that it's just made with good quality, as I'm sure I'll enjoy the story nonetheless. But that's all from me in this video. Let me know what your thoughts on the trailer were. Let me know if you have any theories of where this could be going. What are you most excited to see? Thank you very much for watching, and may the Force be with you.